we now have Otis all clipped, so we're all done with the clipping aspect of this. So now what we need to do is we need to move on to washing our hands and taking the lab coat off, donning a cap, gloves, and a surgery mask. Dr. Jones, you are content with this clipping?
I am. One of the risks of having a clip for a dog this small to do this surgery is that it's very, very easy to irritate this skin. It's very thin, and the heat from the clippers very quickly can cause clipper burn. In this location, I prefer to see less hair clipped and a surgical performed than being overly aggressive and making sure you get every little hair shaft out of there, and this dog is bald. You will have more post-op complications afterwards with that. It is not necessary. So I like this clip, I'm happy with it, and I wouldn't want it clipped anymore. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Jones, thank you for that. So now what I need to do is I need to remove my lab coat. So I'm going to remove my lab coat here. I'll hang it on the chair here to be washed. Now I need to make sure that I'm taking the same prep that I'm using for my patient and I'm washing my hands with it. So I'm going to turn this on. And then I'm washing my hands with the chlorhexidine here. Just give my hands a good wash. And then I'm going to use my elbow to turn that off. And then I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel from my dispenser over here. And just dry my hands off. Okay, now that that has all been complete, I need to make sure that I do a couple of things here. I'm going to put my gloves on. So gloves are going on, and then this glove on. Put my mask on, and then I need to put my cap on. Now I'm going to make a choice here to put another pair of gloves on because I touched my own hair. So it would just be smarter to use a new pair of gloves. Okay, so we're going to start by doing a target technique. So I'm going to take chlorhexidine here with 3 gauze squares. So I want to put some clean, make sure your water's warm because you don't want your patient getting cold. There we go. And then again, I'll just have a little bit of water on these squares here, warm water. Now, chlorhexidine goes on top of those squares. And we're going to start by doing our target technique. So I need our patient to roll back into a dorsal recumbency. And I'm going to take my squares like this. And we have our incision site. So the incision site is going to be down here. So I'm going to take this.
Easy, but it's okay.
And I'm going to work out. Turning as I go, as you can see there. And then we need to do one with water. Just like this. We're doing this one with water. Just like this. And then the chlorhexidine one, and this chlorhexidine one has to be done with a little bit more scrubbing action. We're gonna go in here.
That's okay, you're all right.
And we're gonna turn and just move in circular scrubs. Another water. add a chlorhexidine. And this is the last chlorhexidine one that we're going to do here. So the center, working out, making sure that the part that is going towards the incision is always going in the direction of the incision, and the part that is going out towards the outside of the hair is always facing in that direction. So always going in the same direction. And then we're just going to use one more water, rinse that off. Like that. And we're going to put these over here. Now what's going to be important is that we're going to take our gloves off. So we're going to do 2 cleans here. We're going to be doing 1 with alcohol and 1 with alcohol and chlorhexidine. So I'm just going to set all of this stuff aside here in our garbage. And now I'm going to start by opening my sterile forceps. This all looks fine. It's ready to use. I've got the date on here and my name, so that's great. And I'm opening them in the direction of the handle. Tape's just a little bit hard to come off here. Okay, we're getting the tape here now. Good. So then we can pull up on this, just like this. Good. And then we can see that the indicator has changed color, and I just made the hole while ripping the tape off, so that is fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my one that is just alcohol here, and I'm just going to position it like so, and just grab it without touching my forceps. So then we're going to do the same thing. Start like this, and we're just going to work around in a circular motion. And then turning as I'm going, and using 2 hands because I'm not great at this yet. Okay, and that's the first one. I'm just going to set this one aside, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. Picking up just by the corners, like this, and then setting it down like this. I'm being really careful here. I'm rubbing like this. There we go. So that part is all done now. So now I can set this aside.